So Oakbridge Academy is a not-for-profit school from grades 1 through 9. We currently have 6 classes. As a charity, we are backed by a very strong board of directors to ensure accountability, solid financial governance, and sustainability for future years to come, which is our main priority. We specialize in working with students with different exceptionalities, such as anxiety, ASD, a variety of different learning disabilities, and ADHD. Oakbridge is a school specifically designed to help your child not only succeed in the classroom, but to soar to new heights academically, socially, and emotionally. Oakbridge is an innovative approach to teaching and reaching children with special needs that has transformed the lives of not only the students, but of their families too. But first, a little history of how and why Oakbridge began. So over the years of providing therapy, children would graduate from therapy, ready to enter the school system. Some would start school part-time and continue therapy part-time, while others who might be doing beautifully would be discharged from services. From a clinical perspective, they had gained the skills necessary to be successful in the school. Yet, despite their gains, the kids were struggling with the day-to-day activities in a busy classroom setting. And time again, parents would return in tears and not sure what to do and pleading for help. The teachers, the principal, and the entire school system, it seemed, were just unable and didn't know what to do at that point. The child was utterly lost and unsuccessful in school, and gains were lost, behaviors deteriorated, and hope was all but evaporated. And what was going on? Students were being excluded from schools. Parents were being called to pick their child up because of safety concerns. Students were walking the halls, given iPads to play with while they sat idly in a principal's office. A typical classroom could have upwards of 25 students, and in every classroom, there would be several students on individualized education plans. And some classes, if they were lucky, had one EA in the classroom shared with students. Some students, if they were permitted to attend school 1 or 2 hours a day, but then they were sent home. And some students were deemed having a great day because they didn't interfere with others or interrupt other students' learning. So Oakbridge evolved and began with parents saying enough is enough. Their child had the same needs and the same wants as every other child. And most importantly, their child had a right to education. Parents were tired of their child's invisible talents and unrecognized potential being ignored and simply not noticed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a short video. This is Susie, who's Dylan's mom, who's one of our students. And she's just describing what her family's experience has been like in a typical school system.
My name is Susie. My son is Dylan, and he's in the 3-4 class. Dylan was in the public school board, and grade 1, it all started when there was more structure in the classroom in grade 1, and we started seeing a lot of behaviors where, he wouldn't sit still, wouldn't sit in his chair when he was asked, or to do the task that he was asked to do. So teachers often removed him from the classroom, and I was getting phone calls on average 3 days a week to come pick him up. And then grade 2, we had a meeting 6 days before school started to say that our son was going to be only allowed in for half days. So Dylan started school at 9 o'clock and he was home every day by 12:30. And most of that time he was spent in the office because of behaviors. So grade 2 started with half days. For him, it was beyond frustrating. And for everybody in the family, it was very frustrating. We had to flip our whole world around. Me going from a full-time nursing position had to go part-time to, be able to pick him up every day. That changed our world completely. It just kind of put it all upside down, and we had to make it work. Well, really, grade 1 and grade 2, he really got very little academics because he was never there. I think he just felt very unwelcome there. And as we did as a family, we felt very unwelcome. When grade 2, when we got put on half days, it kind of turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because that's when we found ABA, and that's what we were doing in the afternoons, like driving over to Waterloo to Balanced Approach, and that's where we found Kathy. I think that every kid has the right to go to school, and I understand they're very, they don't have the resources to to deal with kids that do have special needs and need more time in the classroom. Oakbridge is a dream come true. It's a godsend. It really is. I think he's a whole different kid. He's happy to go to school. You know, he gets up every day in a good mood. He's literally greeted at the door. He's made tons of friends already, you know, probably friendships that will last him a long, long time. He's a whole different kid. Like I said, he reads, he can do math, he tells me things that I don't even know, you know, every day. Yeah, he's definitely come a long way in every aspect. He does accept certain situations if I tell him, you know, no, we can't do that right now, but we're gonna do this first and maybe we'll have time to do whatever he wants to do a little while later, and if we don't get to it, there's definitely acceptance there where before he wouldn't have. So he's come a long way. Yeah, I don't know where we would be without Oakbridge, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Sort of what Susie's talking about is traditionally in public schools, what ends up happening is escape motivated behaviors are reinforced. And it becomes a vicious cycle of children's needs simply not being met on any level, academically, socially, or emotionally. And it becomes this downward spiral. So let's put that into perspective. So envision this scenario. A child is asked to complete a math test while sitting at her desk. She thinks, I hate math. Math is stupid. She then begins to internalize these thoughts. Not only is math stupid, but I must be stupid too if I can't do this math. In the child's mind, she's stupid, which makes her feel upset and uncomfortable and, I can't do this moment. And the child rips up her math sheet, breaks her pencil, or antagonizes her peers. She's then removed from the class again. The teacher just effectively rewarded the very behavior the teacher wishes to eliminate. The math remains incomplete, and the student has learned that when in this uncomfortable, I can't do this situation, that she gets out of doing what she's supposed to do. She's free. She can do whatever she wants. She escapes from an uncomfortable challenge. This is then generalized to her soccer game on Saturday, her play date on Sunday, and it goes on and on. This tantrum, this I can't do it moment is truly not the child's fault. I think you would all agree that there is so much more to school than simply learning to read, write, and multiply. If they were the lucky ones who are allowed to spend 6 hours a day in school, just marking time is not enough. Learning needs to be an expectation. Simply getting through the day without a meltdown and being able to tolerate a classroom can and should not be considered a successful day at school. Oakbridge is a school where exceptional students learn to be themselves and learn to navigate real friendships. A school where they can learn to embrace all they can be and discover who they can become. We are a not-for-profit alternative school that blends therapy and education. We teach our children to self-regulate their emotions, and we teach them the skills to navigate the socially complex world around them. Oakbridge was founded on the belief that all children, especially those with learning exceptionalities, have the ability to learn and deserve an opportunity to learn in an environment that promotes psychological and behavioral flexibility. Getting by is not enough. Managing behavior is not enough. Learning is expected and success is presumed. Children with learning exceptionalities have needs and wants like every other child. They are not special in this regards. We believe it is their fundamental right to attend a school with trained teachers and therapists that ensures their success. Providing a school with trained teachers and behavior therapists becomes a fundamental right for our students to ensure their success. This is an upcoming video of Heather, who's our assistant administrator, that gives you a brief glimpse of what she sees on a daily basis.
My name is Heather Mclaughlin, and I'm the assistant administrator at Oakbridge Academy. I didn't realize just how many students needed to be in a school like Oakbridge. It is a whole new world being a part of a special needs world. I've never been a part of that, and at first I was, I kind of went through stages of grief because I just with the realization of what these families go through, it upset me so much that I wasn't aware. The biggest surprise for me was the dawning realization that these parents couldn't hold jobs when their children were in the public system simply because they were being called every day to come and get their child within an hour. And here at our school, they're here from 8 in the morning or 9 until 4 o'clock. And it's on the rare occasion they go home due to illness and not due to behavior, because we have the things in place to help these kids make it through their days. I'm proud to make it through their days. So the biggest shock for me was parents had never had that. When I go home every day, I always think to myself, that was a tough day. Getting through some of the behaviors, mostly watching these children who are struggling, and they're very aware that they're struggling. You're helping them, you're kind of carrying through their day, and then you have to carry them less and less and less, and watching them make it through their day with little to no prompting or help. And I'm a part of that, and I love it. I love that. And then seeing the families come at the end of the day, they are still waiting for that phone call. They still haven't gotten used to the fact that they're not getting phone calls to have their child come and be picked up. They can begin to have a life outside of the 24/7 caretaking of their children until adulthood, essentially. And the kids are doing so well here. I come away from each day just feeling proud I was able to help that family. But I say a prayer for every family every day. I can't not do it all the way home. I just say a little prayer for everybody, all the students and their moms and dads, and getting to know their moms and dads too, like what amazing people with amazing senses of humor, because they'd have to have one, and even watching the incredible changes in parents as they are letting their guards down a little bit and learning to trust the system and realizing they're not going to get a phone call, and watching their delight at the end of the day. Like you can see they're like, wow, I'm greeting my child at the end of the school day just like everybody else. If you go by my desk, you get a hello, you get called a funny name or something. Like I greet every child that comes past my desk, and if I don't, they'll come back and remind me that I haven't. It's really nice to be a part of their lives or be a part of their inner circle.
An alternative education. What does that mean at Oakbridge? And sometimes it's easier to explain what it isn't. And so we are not glorified childcare service. Our students are expected to learn to work hard and to make progress academically, socially, and emotionally, and behaviorally. Simply getting through the day is just not a choice. It is not an intensive behavioral intervention program. By definition, IBI is sort of one-on-one therapy, and we are based on small group interactions with individual supports as needed, and we are not funded by the government. And who does Oakbridge serve? We welcome students from grades 1 through 9 who struggle to succeed in a busy traditional classroom. A formal diagnosis is not required, and sometimes our students are excluded and they want to be at school full day, and they have the right to be here a full day. What does Oakbridge Academy provide? We provide a small classroom setting, with additionalized support and specialized literacy and numeracy training, and programs that are tailored to individual strengths and needs. And what do we teach? We teach the Ontario curriculum and so much more. And this is what makes Oakbridge unique. Threaded throughout our school day, our teachers teach something called ACT, Acceptance and Commitment Training, all within an environment steeped in evidence-based principles of applied behavior analysis. And chances are you are unfamiliar with acceptance and commitment training, but very briefly, ACT was founded on relational frame theory and is a modern day behavior analytic approach to language, which aims to better understand the link between human language and our behavior. ACT is a behavior therapy that is based on taking values-guided actions that help individuals accept that they can't change some things and commit to taking action to what enriches their lives. ACT assumes that a quality life is primarily dependent on mindful, values-guided actions that is based on the 6 core principles of psychological flexibility. So if I've lost some of you, that's okay. It's a lot. But in essence, psychological flexibility is the ability to be in the present moment, noticing our thoughts and feelings, and accepting that we cannot change, and commitment to take action based on our values. Or put in another way, be present in the moment, be open to your thoughts and feelings, and then do what matters based on our values. So what does an alternative education look like? Students learn the Ontario curriculum, how to make and keep meaningful friendships, and how to be aware of and manage their emotions. How to engage and act, accept your thoughts and feelings, to be present, choose a valued action, and take action towards that direction. Daily activities include daily training in ACT, daily training in mindfulness, to wake us up and to connect with ourselves and appreciate the fullness of each moment. Staff are trained extensively in ABA and ACT, and we dedicate and embody the philosophy of Oakbridge Academy. Specialized support staff with extensive training in evidence-based literacy treatments, and our school is on track to be a mindful certified school as well. Each classroom has one certified teacher, behavior therapist, and/or an EA in the classroom. And on average, there's about 10 students per class. By being aware of our students' social and emotional needs and teaching students to be mindful and aware in the present moment, we are helping our students to improve relationships in and out of school. The key skill encompassing social skills development and emotional regulation is at the heart of all of our activities. We believe that these skills will support our students for sustained future success, not only at school, but throughout their lives. Imagine a child whose potential is free to soar and whose talents and abilities are recognized and encouraged. And imagine a school where teachers value all student potential. This is what an alternative education can look like. And this is what an alternative education looks like at Oakbridge. Although this is considered alternative education for many students with exceptional learning needs, this should be their norm. If, as a society, we believe in providing equal opportunities and education to all students, it is our responsibility as engaged citizens and members to support them academically, emotionally, and socially. This can and must be done in an environment where people are trained and everyone's strengths and needs are really valued. In closing, I'm here as a representative of those individuals who freely gave their hearts and their energy and their time to make this incredible school. I am but one of many. Entering our 5th year, which I can't believe, we have massive dreams and we're just getting started. We believe all children can learn and thrive, and all children can soar. So from here, what I'm going to do is just quickly go through the application process and then tuition, and then have a quick video that's just off the presses, just about a day in a life. It's a very quick one. So in terms of the application process, the application for next year, they are open. So you can go to our website at oakbridge.ca. I'm just going to move this. And here you're going to go to the tab, Our Schools, and then down through admissions. And everything can be done online. So it's a step-by-step process. You complete an application form. Once the application form has been received, Heather will let you know. We will then do an interview and trial day. Depending on where we're at with COVID, we'll play with this a little bit, but it'll be determined soon. But your new children coming in generally come in for a shadow day just to make sure they're a good fit on both ends. And then admission decisions are made. We would let you know, and then you would confirm. And then you would put down a $1,000 deposit, which then gets taken back from your tuition that coming year, and required documents would go from there. So everything can be done online. If you have any questions, you can directly email Heather at the info@oakbridge.ca email, or you can call the school as well. So everything is fillable online, and you can do that on there. Tuition for the school year is is $26,000, which is paid in monthly installments for over 10 months. We do offer, it's on this website as well, we do offer some financial bursaries, as well as we are OAP approved for childhood budgets. So bursaries this year, we did have 5 eligible students who were given bursaries for the year, which are listed on our website as well.